What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. We are live. This is hashtag them dragons, the number one House of the Dragon recap show on Pornhub. I am your host, Lord Cussalott Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I'm joined as always by my co-host Mara the Shark Watkins
Hello.
and the Warden Matt Ritter.
Hi.
Hello again, you two. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here again.
I'm hurting.
I keep getting invited back. I feel good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amani.
Anyway, how are you, Mara?
I'm hurting
Why are you hurting?
because episode was a lot.
Okay. Well, that being said, you know what? We're here to talk about House of the Dragon and this episode. So, I mean, since you said you were hurting, Mara, tell us, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Why are you hurting?
I wanted to see this this little cute illegal family that Rhaenyra and Harwin were creating here. I wanted more of it,
Really?
and I only got it for like 30 seconds.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, they had it for 10 years. So, you know.
Which is what pisses me off because these fucking time jumps are fucking with me because you're changing. Like, obviously, I know who Alicent is and I know who Rhaenyra is, and I don't even know how the king is still fucking alive. Like, it's been 10 years, dude. I thought died at the end of the last episode, damn near. Yet somehow he's still fucking ticking. But now there are all these people and they've changed actors and shit. I don't recognize any of them. I don't know who any of these fucking kids are. I don't know who any of these new dragons are. I'm very confused with these time jumps, and this needs to be the last one. Like, we need to stay here.
All right, you hear that, Game of Thrones people? Matt is easily confused, so stop changing stuff up and jumping time and all that
Fucking right.
because he can't keep up. So,
Also, I like the old Rhaenyra way better than the new Rhaenyra already. I'm not feeling her.
I won't argue with you on that one. Well, I'll give her a little bit of time, but yeah, so far, Child Rhaenyra is, much more. I don't know if entertaining is the word, but more of a pleasure to watch than current Rhaenyra.
Because for once, it's not dumb teenagers when she was doing stuff.
Yeah, but she still had things that were happening that were just like, yeah, that was dope. When she, those times when she would put people in their place and shit, and it was like, this is fun.
And here she's rolling over left and right.
Yeah, this current Ray is not as much fun.
Little.
Yeah. Anything else for you, Matt, besides not liking the time jump?
I mean, we'll get into it when we get into the show, but I mean, overall, I liked it. The next episode looks really fucking dope. So,
okay. Yeah, well, for me, it was. I would say of all the episodes that we've watched so far, this was my least favorite. Not that it was bad, just all the rest were better to me. I'll get into like the specifics why as we go through the plot and stuff, but yeah, overall, it's just I don't know. It just seemed more. I'm down with the pettiness and the political pettiness and all that kind of stuff, but the way the political pettiness was working in this one just didn't seem as clever, I guess you'd say. It was just more just okay, yeah, fine. I don't know. But
and I agree with you. And I feel like that's part of like jumping 10 years in time is like everyone from the last episode to this episode feels like they're in very different places in their lives because they are, but we didn't get to go on that journey with them. So it's kind of like hard to understand why they are where they are. You know what I'm saying?
Kinda.
Like Damon being out of the political game, doing his thing overseas, family, all that shit. Like why he all of a sudden just decided he was going to abandon all of his aspirations and has been for the last 10 years been doing God knows what. Rhaenyra sitting back, kind of letting the queen have her way. Also, I really wanted to like Olivia Cook. I really did, and I don't think I'm going to. Allison is not going to work for me. I don't think. I think I'm a hater.
Yeah, she was getting on my nerves this whole episode. Just like, really? Why are you? Shut the fuck up! Like, there was a whole lot of that going through my head this whole episode with her. So, yeah. But let's go ahead and get into the plot. We can talk about this stuff as it comes. So I have here in my notes as we started this off because we had that time jump. Everybody's an adult now. I'm like, yeah, I entitled this one just for myself, Grown Folks Night, because everybody grown now. But yeah, we kicked this whole thing off. Ray Ray's giving birth to a baby. They're like, hey, it's another boy, yay! And as soon as the kid's born, Queen Allison was like, bring that baby here right now. And yeah, I'm right away. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, why right now? What's you can't look at the baby later? Like, you can't come down yourself? Like, what is all this with you taking the kid away from their mother like as soon as they're born? What the fuck? Or at least trying to.
She's already on her Eddard Stark bullshit. She's like, Valeria, gold of hair. Valeria, gold of hair. Valerian, brown of hair. Brown of hair. Brown of hair. She just wanted to see if the baby had brown hair so she could be like, yep, she did it again.
She could have looked later. Like, she didn't have to look right then, and she didn't have to take the kid away from her mother in order to do it. Like, she could have went down there and looked.
But here's the thing. She could do it. And that was the whole point, is she was just doing shit because she could. Exactly. She is the queen, and she's like, bring me that baby right away. I don't give a... Bring her. And I will give Rhaenyra props, because Rhaenyra's like, you know what? Fuck it. She wants the baby. I don't care that I just gave birth. I'm going to suck it up, and I'm going to go up there, too, because I don't want that baby anywhere near that woman without my eyes on it.
Exactly. And I will drip blood the entire way and not give a fuck. Like, it's just... Whew. For those who are just listening, please explain what you just showed us, Mara.
We had a tweet of Allison seeing all of Rhaenyra's children. Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Whose goddamn white baby is that?
Oh man, have y'all seen that movie?
Mm-hmm.
This is from a movie.
Yeah, it's from a movie.
Oh, I thought this was from a skit of.
No, it's from a movie. Yeah. That I know most people have only seen this particular scene from the movie because that's what keeps getting reposted. But this is a whole movie.
I may have only seen the scene, but I do know the scene.
Yeah. When he shows up, she's like, "Yeah, it's your baby." She's like, "Whose goddamn white baby is that?" Yeah, he's in jail and all that. Like, I've been here for 16 consecutive months. Right after the motherfucking other. Yeah. Yeah. It's a whole thing. But let's see. Lena goes with her though the whole time, I'm gonna be right here with you this whole way because this is what we do. I'm with you. We don't fuck, but we still husband and wife, so let's go. Turns out this is their third kid, and they all got dark hair. All of them. So we got two parents with white hair, and all their kids got dark hair. And Allison is calling foul on the play. What the fuck?
She's like, you can't possibly think we're all this dumb.
Yeah. Why do all your kids look like Harwin Strong?
His genes are strong. Yeah. I just love that she looked right at Laenor and she was like, maybe the next one will look like you.
Exactly. Keep trying. Eventually one might look like you. And it's like, the entire episode, that's the one thing that she said that I was just like, hey, that was a good one.
I think he has his father's nose.
Yeah. So Viserys comes in too to see the baby and all that kind of stuff. He told him, and yeah, he says like, "I think he has his father's nose, don't you?" Like, nah, man.
Which is where I learned Viserys was still alive, and I was dude looks like the fucking crypt keeper. Like,
oh yeah,
I don't know what the Maesters are doing to keep this motherfucker alive, but he's on borrowed time.
it's the
He's
blood of
also
old
lost.
Valeria, you know.
He also lost an arm, hasn't he? Like it seemed like he's only sporting one arm.
Or just a hand he lost, you know.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh man. But
His father's blanket, and that's it.
or you gotta tell them about the tweet when you show them, because you know a
I'm
lot of people
sorry.
are just listening. You gotta remember that's a thing, you know.
I be
Audio
forgetting. I'm
listeners.
sorry. Well, it was like, where is he? Where is my grandson?
Yeah, and there's a
Just
picture of the crypt keeper.
Yeah.
So then we cut over to the dragon pit. All Ray Ray's kids are down there with, you know, Allison's kids, and they doing some dragon training. And which one is the one that's trying to do the thing and the dragon ain't listening?
Um,
This scene was dark as fuck, so I was just like, what's happening here? I can't really tell.
I had to turn my TV's brightness up, like on a different setting, just to see.
Like, for
It's
real.
something. His name was something with an A. I just don't remember fully what it was. It's not Aegon.
Well, the other one is named Aemon, but that's the younger one. That's the younger of Allison's kids. That's not the one I'm talking about.
Oh, you're asking about
Ray Ray kid that couldn't.
Oh, one was Jace and the other. I didn't catch the other.
Yeah, I know the two white haired kids' names. That was Aegon, and then there was Aemon. But
was it Aemon? I thought it was like Aiden or something.
No, it was Aemon. I watched
Aemon. That's what it was. Yeah,
Aemon. I watch everything with the subtitles on for that very reason.
Like I said, I don't know any of these kids. They're 10 years old now. And last time I saw you weren't even pregnant last time I saw you. Now you got a 10-year-old. You want me to remember its name after one day? Get the fuck out of here. I thought it started with a J.
Ray Ray's kid, it started with a J.
So it's Jace or Jacaerys, Luke or Lucerius, and Joffrey or Joff.
Yeah, Joffrey was the one that she just popped out. Yeah.
And when anyone else rolled their eyes when I heard that shit?
I didn't roll my eyes, but I was just like, okay, that's not obvious or anything, you know. And why now? Like, again, that was 10 years ago, bro.
Where did where did that name come from?
That was his boyfriend's name 10 years ago, the one that Christian
was
killed.
it?
Yeah.
I just rolled my eyes because of Joffrey in Game of Thrones, and I'm like, really? Like, is there literally like a list, and these are the only names that you can pick from?
Yeah.
Can't do anything else?
I don't know which Getcho boy this is. Who is this?
It's Justin. It's always Justin.
What's going on, Justin? There's three of them, right? So it's just
there's like essentially three or four right now.
Yeah, but I say there's three that I interact with on a more regular basis. So I just assumed, you know, I didn't know which of those three, but you're right. It is Justin that I talk to the most. So, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Dragon Pit. Their kid's struggling to get the dragon to listen until he like Dracarys like, oh, I'm good at fire. I'll do the fire. And then he did the fire thing. Then they played a little joke on Aemon. He's just like, hey, we found you a dragon. And this kid's dumb as fuck. He's like, oh, you found a dragon? How'd you find a dragon? And they brought him a pig. And I was like, dumbass kid.
Don't do that.
What? You get for being so gullible. Like, come on now. His own, like, Viserys even said it, like, he just thought they found a dragon out in the middle of nowhere and brought it to him and somehow got it into the pit. Like, he deserved that shit. Don't be stupid.
Okay.
And he went looking for dragon eggs and almost got his ass lit up, so I don't know why I was laboring under the impression, other than Daenerys, that all Targaryens were essentially immune to fire. And I had to do my own research after this and found out that Daenerys is just fucking special, apparently. And that's why she doesn't burn, but everyone else does.
Right. That's why
Because
she even said she was truly a dragon, because that's why Viserys, when they killed him with like that gold on his head and all that kind of stuff, she was
But
like
see,
he
like,
was no dragon. Fire can't kill a dragon.
and that was my whole argument with Kate was like, yeah, but that was fucking molten gold. That wasn't straight up fire.
Right, but he had
Stone.
also had trouble touching hot shit before when she was like in like
Oh yeah, when he was checking out his naked sister in the
yeah,
bath.
and tried to grab the
Yes.
thing and it was too
Forgot
hot
about
for him
that.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
And she was just sitting in the boiling
in the
pot.
boiling water. Like,
Yeah, no problem. So I was
and
laboring
he was
under
like,
that.
also sitting just like hotter.
Make it hotter.
So I had to make peace with the fact that I had been laboring under the impression that, I thought somebody was going to survive later in the show, and that it was just trying to help whatever was going on with their situation. And apparently, no, they're gone. So
Nah. But she's not even she wasn't Targaryen. So
yes, she was.
no, she's not.
She is the daughter of dude.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yes,
I keep forgetting her mother's Targaryen, but she was only
Yes.
half Targaryen. That don't count.
they're all half Targaryen.
That
There's
don't give
there's
you
no
fire
incest here.
Yeah, there is.
And by the time they get down to Daenerys, that bloodline's so polluted.
Yeah. Ray's full Targaryen.
Are we sure?
Mm-hmm. Cousins.
Yeah, I guess.
Targaryen cousins. Not
Ray
Valerian cousins.
I'm not going to jump ahead. I'll let you continue. So, Dragon Pit, Allison's pissed. My hot D of the moment of the week is about to come up.
So we got yeah.
You know what it is.
I think I'm with you on that one too, because I think we have the same one. So Alicent and Viserys, they talking about Ray's dark haired kids, and she's just like, we know what's going on here. Why are we like doing this? And Viserys like, shut the fuck up. Like, you insinuating
We're
this
not gonna
stuff can lead to some real, like, no. Like, what's gonna happen if you start bringing this shit up and inciting shit. No, leave it be. And she stomps out because she's not okay.
Nah, she starts losing her shit this episode. But here's a tweet where it was like, Viserys knowing damn well those kids ain't Lenore's. I have done nothing wrong ever in my life. I know this, and I love you.
I love
just
that
like,
show.
We're just gonna ignore it. What show is that from?
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. I should have seen the image burn.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's Mona Lisa. Yeah. But yeah, so that happens, and she, walks away in a huff. But then we get to what I believe is both me and Matt's hot D moment of the week, where Aegon is in his window, standing in the window, beating his dick. And he's just like, yeah, over all that I survey and just going full Homelander, like I can do whatever I want. And I'm just like, if I could.
He was like, fuck it.
The common window. Oh, fuck. Oh, so you're saying Tommen wasn't the first kid that got dumped out that window?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Not
Yes,
at all.
Travis, the sheer just brass balls it takes to stand in the window of a castle facing your entire kingdom and just beat your dick without a care for everyone to see.
Beating his dick like it owed him money.
Hot D moment of the week.
Yeah, me too. That was it for me too. Alicent walks in on him though while he's doing it. He don't even get to finish, and I'm just like, that's rude. You could have waited.
Oh, I'm sure he went back to it when they were done.
I know, but like she could have waited. Like, it's one of them things. It can't be the first time she saw this happen or knew. She had to know that he does this because she wasn't surprised
alarmed
at all. Exactly. So she could have let him finish.
I wanted to know how long she was standing there for.
I was gonna say you're crossing the line by letting him finish. Like,
no, because
you know as well as I. Because don't tell me you have never been caught. Not necessarily by your parents, but like your parents have come in while you're doing it. You stopped. They talked to you. left and you went back to it.
It's true, but
Oh, yeah.
the thing that she wanted to talk about, he would have benefited for having post nut clarity during that conversation, because his mind was somewhere else as she's trying to have this conversation with. Like, he does not care about what you're trying to tell him right now because he wants his nut. So if you had let him have his nut first, and then she goes in and talks to him, he may have been more receptive to what you were saying.
You know, post nut clarity is a big talking point lately here in Creation World.
Is that so?
Yes.
I guess. Is it? Actually, yeah, I think that's true. I feel like we've discussed that several times.
As have
Across
I
the
without
m-
you guys.
And I see
across
you're
like
sharing another
many
tweet
shows.
here. Again, I need you to
Yes.
tell the people.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get to it. We just
Mara wanted to
Aegon-
get her thoughts about post nut clarity out of the way first.
I know, but she didn't
God.
talk about the last one that she showed. So it was,
Poor Aegon just wants to whack off, look at girls, and cause trouble with his nephews, and Alicent is pushing power down his throat. Girl, leave your son alone.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for real. Just let him beat off out the window. Like, it's just let him finish, is what I'm saying. So after that, she's like just going off on him, like, listen, you need to want this because if you don't get it, like, they gonna kill you. So get it together. He's just like, yo, I'm not challenging her. She can have the shit. I'll leave. Just leave me the fuck alone. Like, he just wants to beat off out the window in peace. Like, that's all he wants. Leave him alone.
But what he doesn't understand is they don't give a fuck if he wants it or not. The fact that he exists is the problem. And that is the whole thing that Alicent's father beat into her head before
That's
he got
the thing.
exiled.
Yeah, he's burned that into her head that Rhaenyra would do that, and it's just one of those things where just like, I don't think she would. So
Right?
it's just,
Yeah.
but he's burned it into her head that Ray would do this. So it's just that's how she's thinking.
And she got caught. Ray got caught lying to her best friend about her virginity. So now she doesn't trust her. She's like, you couldn't even come to me and tell me that you fucked your night buddy. Like, you kept that from me. Oh, I can't trust you.
Yeah, I guess. So after
This sounds
that,
like they need therapy.
They do.
they all do. They all do. And then here's Dede and his lady wife, Lena, who we see that they have married. So yeah, after that meeting at the wedding where that didn't happen, they got married. So he married the other cousin. So
Yeah, they said they were going to set that up.
Yeah. So I mean, but it actually happened. So we don't know what could happen in those 10 years. So we saw it. I'm just saying we got clarity that it actually did happen.
And again, here's Daemon doing his duty. He, actually spending time with his wife, getting her pregnant, having children, all the things that he was not doing when he had to go to the Vale.
Yeah.
With
so
Xena warrior princess over there.
So yeah, his dick worked for a little bit at least. It worked 3 times that we can confirm.
It's got to be the blonde hair thing. But then again, I don't know. Yeah, she did something.
Yeah,
talk to the Maesters.
Yeah, something. Gave him a different tea.
Medieval blue chew.
Yeah. So.
Not medieval blue chew.
But yeah, so they're riding dragons around, and while they're riding, you can't tell this, but apparently she's pregnant right now.
Yeah, it took so long for me to realize that her stomach was protruding out. I was like, what is... Oh, she's pregnant again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, keep going.
Oh, you good. You good. So we got, yes, the reading of the will after Dede told her, dude, like, so I want to talk about my inheritance last week. So like, you wanted to see what they said about the, yeah. So yeah, they're talking to the folks in Pentos, and they're like, yo, the Triarchy's teaming up with Dorne. They coming back. We need your help. Help us fight them off with your dragons. And we'll set you up here. You can have a real lavish spot and all that. And then they like afterwards just like, nah. And Ray, no, it wasn't her. It was Dede was like, maybe. And his wife was the one that was just like, we can't be doing that, man. Like we visiting. Like we don't live here. He don't give a shit about nothing else no more. So it's more of just I can keep doing what I want. We can get like a whole bunch of shit here, burn some folks up, and get treated like kings.
My favorite part of this whole thing was just the utter disregard he had for any of his wife's wishes when she came to talk to him in the library. She's sitting there and she's talking about how she wants to go home. She wants her children to grow up in the same castle that she did. She wants her son to be born in that castle. And the whole time he just kind of looks at her, he kisses the baby, and is like, why are you still fucking here? Like,
yeah, he's still dead.
Yeah. It's in there. It's deep down, but it's in there.
Yeah. All right, so then we got training time in the yard, and Ray Ray's kids are there, Allison's kids are there, and Harwin Strong is there. Kristen's instructing them all, and things get a little heated. Starts because Harwin's like, "Yo, why you pushing them this hard like that? Like, chill out. Like, he's still the princess right here. Be cool." And Kristen's like, "Yo, you want to like question me? What the fuck? Because I'm a King's Guard. You just a City Watch nigga. Like, get your shit. Like, respect the white cloak. So then Kristen has Aegon fight Jace.
Eldest.
It doesn't go well. Like Jace ends up on the ground and Aegon's about to like really hurt him until Harwin steps in. And then Kristen does something and I'm just like, you supposed to know better. Like you literally did the same thing that someone else did to you 10 years ago. And you got your ass whooped. The lucky thing was there were other people there to stop him from being killed because Harwin would have keep beating him until he was dead if nobody stopped him.
This is true.
This whole series of events where Harwin's like, hey, how about you pay attention to the other kids? It's not just the two here. And then after Jace comes back and kind of whoops Aegon's ass a little bit, and Harwin's got like his little proud daddy moment, but I'm not supposed to be the daddy. And then like pulls him aside and says, all right, so you're going to do this. And meanwhile, Kristen's like, all right, Aemon, like, or Aegon, you got the height of, like, he's supposed to be reprimanding him. And instead he's like, no, you got the height advantage. Take this motherfucker down. Like, this all felt like a giant setup. Like Alicent she has Kristen's ear. He's all still upset that, she didn't want to be with him, that she just wanted to use him as a side piece. So this is all revenge for Kristen.
Yeah.
And straight up, man, you're treating these kids like more than just a Knight's Guard watchman. You'd think that it was like your nephew or your cousin or your son.
Yeah. So after this all takes place, we got Lena returning to his wife after a nice fun day of drinking with his buddy. And he's like, yo, have you heard about the Triarchy and Dorne? Yo, that's just what I need. I'm gonna go fight them because I'm tired of sitting around in this place. Fuck this. I'm gonna go fight. And Ray just like,
nah, not happening.
You gonna stay right here because hell no. He tries to be like, you can't stop me. Like, oh yes, I can. You forget the chain of command around here. Like, no, if I say you can't go no fucking where, you don't go no fucking where.
She's still that bitch.
Like, yeah, exactly.
She really is.
So then we got Lena. She's talking to her daughter about becoming a dragon rider because the egg won't hatch, and she's been holding it up to the to the fire and all that kind of stuff, trying to get it to hatch. And she's like, "Yo, I didn't become a rider till I was 15, and now my dragon bigger than everybody else's." So,
no shit, like that dragon was giant as fuck.
It was. What were you about to say, Mara?
No, I said believe in yourself.
Oh, yeah.
What is this like? Do you know, Travis? Can you give me a little? Do you know why Aemon didn't have a dragon egg, and then the dragon egg went to the newborn baby, and why the dragon egg isn't hatching for Daemon and her daughter after 8 years? She's just kind of been holding on. Like, is there something going on with like dragons?
It's not a perfect process as far as like the
Okay.
dragon hatching thing is concerned. As far as Aemon not having one, I don't know.
Okay.
But I know because Ray is the heir, meaning her children are next in line. They get first priority. So like they'd get an egg before Allison's kid would get an egg because her kids are the ones that are about to.
And I'm guessing
They're
it
in
just so
line.
happened because Aemon seems older than both of Ray's kids. That every time an egg was hatched, Ray was pregnant. Was like, oh well, we're gonna get that one too.
I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm not sure. That's all I can really think of as far as why Aemon doesn't have one though. But apparently some eggs are due because they said the next cluster of eggs, like make sure your kids got one. So,
Yeah. Which.
or it might just be one of those things where Ray was being petty because it might be like nope, I want that one. Nope, I want that one. You should give that one to blah blah blah. Or it might have been because Day-Day's dragon and Lena's dragon, their dragon's eggs went to their kids.
I don't know because they made it sound like there's like
because they haven't been back to King's Landing. So
I was gonna say it feels like the xenomorph where there's like a xenomorph queen that lays all the eggs and shit. Like it made it sound like there was just one dragon popping out eggs and you had to wait till it happened.
Could be.
It's possible. I'm just thinking because we know they haven't been back to King's Landing, so they couldn't have gone back to get eggs. So I think they had their own dragons were like hatched eggs or whatever, and laid eggs, and then the ones that were at King's Landing, Ray was taking priority for her kids.
If I had seen anything in the last 10 years, I might understand this a little bit better.
Maybe. But it's a time jump, so you got to catch up. That's just the way it is,
Fuckers.
That's not going to let that go.
Then we come to the. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of not letting things go. No, I just lost it. No. But it's about the 10-year difference. There it is. Jesus. Speaking on Matt's distaste in the time jump. 10 years had passed and Sir Criston still continues to be bitter with Rhaenyra. What's that smell? Fragile masculinity.
Basically, because his dick wasn't enough to make her run away with him, he gonna just
be insufferable.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like he just need to step his dick game up, and he refuses. So, but apparently that was his first time. None of us are good at it our first time, so it's to be expected. You should have kept practicing. She was gonna let you keep practicing.
Those could have been your children.
They could have been. So then we got a small council meeting. They're arguing about what to do about the what are the steps called? The something steps? The
Stepstones?
Stepstones, is that what it was called? Yeah. Because of the Dornish and the Triarchy and all that. And Ray was just like, yo, like we need to take care of this. Just, allocate what we need to it. And Alice on the other hand, like, well, we can't afford it. We have a lot of resources, but not unlimited ones. And Ray comes back, yeah, war is even more expensive. So let's go ahead and stop this now before we end up having to go to war and it costs us way more. Which she's not wrong. It's just like, yeah, you nip this now before it becomes a real problem.
And
it
an
saves
even
us
more
in
expensive one.
exactly. So then Allison, seeing that she's been, not like put in her place, but like just kind of like letting know, yeah, I'm better at this than you. It's like, let's end this here. And before they leave, though, Ray is like, hold on, I want to speak. And I'm in my head, I'm like, you've been speaking, but okay. Um, she basically proposes that her son Jace marries Allison's daughter.
Helena.
Yeah, her. So that way, like, yo, we're family, and before we were family, we were friends. You was my dog. Let's just unite our houses and squash all this shit. And King Viserys is all about this. Like, oh hell yeah, let's do that. Yeah, yeah, let's do that. That way, there's no more other shit. Like, my wife would be cool because her daughter will be queen. And then you can still inherit like you supposed to, and we all good then. Everything comes together, all good.
Right.
But Allison's all like, no, she's desperate now. She's blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, yo, if y'all don't chill, like, this is a happy compromise here.
Why is the
She's right. She
solution?
did offer an egg.
Yeah, she's like, you guys get the next egg. But why is the solution to every Targaryen problem incest? Every time they're like, we need to figure some shit out. It's like, well, Damon's like, well, I'll marry your niece or your daughter because I sullied her. Like, I'll fuck my niece. And now they're like, oh, we're gonna marry you off to your cousin, and we're gonna do this. And like, why is it always incest is how you solve the problem?
I don't know. It's been working for them so far, I guess.
But it's like,
their logic is kind of like it hasn't gone wrong yet.
And I gotta give Ray Ray some shit because she did get petty to kind of get her spot on the table because they were arguing about some like fucking farming dispute or some shit with the Tullys, and Allison's just like, oh, that's a Tully problem. She's like, well, actually, if this so maybe you should send some people out there to go settle this farming dispute because blah blah blah. And that was like the first time, and Allison just kind of side-eyed her. But then the Stepstone shit came up. She's like, well, if we had left our military over there and we had built some fortifications and we had held that shit and not just gone over there and won a war and then fucking left, we wouldn't be dealing with this shit. And that's what else is like.
Familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Though we do know that Rhaenyra is not a fan of pulling out. So
we do know that. We do know that.
Neither is Sir Strong.
If you're familiar with Scary Movie 2. 2. Viserys Targaryen, every time Alicent messes up a good moment, and now he looks like him.
My strong hand. Yeah.
It's my good hand, child.
Bye, Derms.
So then, later on, we got Lionel going in to see the king. He's like, look, I can't serve you as hand no more. Like, I can't do it. And he's like, well, why? He's like, well, because, shit's going down. And it's like, yo, there's a shadow over my house and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, well, what is this shadow? And Elsa comes like, yeah, what is that shadow?
Like,
in the background,
your ass down.
Exactly. Like, yo, chill out.
She wanted to scream it at the top of her lungs. Do you know like the gif of Angelica's mom from Rugrats where she's screaming when Angelica says the bad word?
No.
Oh. I'll have to find it. But that's what she reminds me of.
Must have been one of them later episodes that we didn't see, Matt. Like,
probably.
Like,
I fell off after Dill was born.
Oh, this is before that. It was like an episode where I think Angelica was at something for school and she had said a bad word, which I think had the mom kind of realign, like rethink, how much attention she was giving her.
I think that episode is post Dill though, because I like all the episodes before Dill. I definitely basically have those memorized.
It feels so old.
It is so old because we're so fucking old.
No.
We're not Viserys old, but we're pretty fucking old at this point.
Let's see. Hold on. We gotta. Okay.
Got what?
Word of the day.
Word of the day.
Oh, right. You know what? That's not post deal. That's right. I remember exactly what it was now. Because she was like, what does Miss Whatever think of her kids? And she's like, she thinks they're all little. Yeah.
Hold on, I got you.
We never find out what the word is, but yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
For you, Matt, this is for you. Now that I'm starting to learn how to do this.
I love things for me. Oh.
That's okay. How I picture what Alicent wants to do at all times.
But yeah, no, he punks the fuck out. He doesn't do it. He doesn't say those grandkids aren't Valerian grandkids. He's just like, I can't say.
He's want her to shut up about it.
And so she was just like, well then Viserys is like, well, then I'm not accepting your resignation.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see.
I had to look up the history of Harrenhal too, because they made them take. Also, see, so I was under the impression that the strong that was knocking up Ray was the fragile little strong boy from the last episode that was talking to the queen, and then I found out that apparently he had another brother, and that's the one that's been fucking Ray, and he's still around, and he's still kind of a little bitch. We'll get into that here in a second.
Yeah, he was the older one. He was the one that Viserys thought that Lionel was gonna say should marry Ray.
Oh, go look at that! Look how that worked out. Maybe you should have.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had to look up the history of Harrenhal because I know I do it from Game of Thrones, and I'm like, who was the Lord of Harrenhal? And apparently, it was fucking everybody. Harrenhal got passed around more than
apparently because it's cursed, and so every time somebody was ruling over it, something bad happened to him.
Yeah, the last one being Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Well, no, thank you.
1 second.
Bolton's ran that shit for a little while. Robb Stark ran it. He died. Lannisters had it for a minute.
Hold on, I'm doing Rugrats research now because it's driving me nuts. Hold on. So that was season 5. So hold on.
So
yeah, you can keep going for right now. I have to figure this out.
They send this motherfucker to Harrenhal, and then we find out that the other brother is still a shady little bitch, and he's like having dinner. Like he's her little like whisper keeper. What the fuck was dude's name from little bald fucking dude with no dick from
I
the
know
first
exactly
season.
who you're talking about. Yeah. And it starts with a V.
Is it Viserys?
No, that's
no. It's Varys.
Varys, yes.
Yeah, Varys.
He's basically Varys to the queen.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh yeah, I've been hearing some shit, but I heard you got some news for me. And she's like, yeah, your brother and your dad, they're fucking gone. They're going back to Harrenhal. And my husband, never got the word because your dad didn't nut up. He's like, oh, all right, well. She's like, what are you going to do about it? Well, nobody's on my side, And he's like, well, don't tell me your dad would have been impartial. No, but he would have been partial to me. Nobody's on my side. So he's like, I'm going to go get some rapists and some murderers and just some sick fucks who are all sentenced to death. Cut their tongues out and send them on a mission so they can't say what the fuck's going on. They can't be interrogated if they get caught. The queen had no idea that this was his plan.
Yeah, he was just acting on his own there.
Patricide, which is also very relevant on Creation World these days.
Dill was also introduced in season 5 because he was mentioned in the episode Family Tree.
Yeah, I saw that, but I couldn't figure out which season Family Tree was on. Okay, there we go.
5.
So
same season.
Okay. So yeah, it was part of that same season. Which is why it was so fuzzy to me. I'm okay now. We can move on.
Did I tell you about D-Wagons?
No.
I was reading a meme and it said D-wagons, but it was supposed to be in like an accent where it was dwagons, and I read it
That's
as
what I thought
D-wagons.
it was.
So I decided that's what it was, but that's not how I read it. I read it as D-wagons and told everyone that's how I read it. So now I'm going to try and make D-wagons like my fetch. Like I'm going to make it a thing. I'm going to start calling people D-wagons. I'm going to make it a thing.
Okay.
Wagons.
And this strong dude is definitely a D-wagon for what he did to his family.
Yeah, yeah. Set the place on fire, set Heron Hall on fire, and it was just like, damn, bruh. Like, that's why they say the place is cursed, because just, ugh.
I have this more throwback cartoons. It's what's his
same
face?
Energy.
The weird
Strong.
There, that's
Laris.
offensive. Yeah, thank you, Laris. And Randall from Recess with Same Energy.
But yeah. While this is all happening, Lena goes into labor though, and just it's not going well. And they go to Day and they're just like, "Yo, we can cut the baby out and see if it's alive. Your wife is gonna die though." Kind of, same thing that happened to Viserys with Ray Ray's mama. And apparently, I'm sure Day just said, "No, like I'm not about to let you cut my wife open and kill her like that. Just not doing it."
He didn't even get a chance because she told him earlier when they had that little sit down in the library. She's like, if I die, I want to go out like a fucking dragon rider. I don't want to die fat and rich on someone else's land. And while they're like debating and Day-Day's making jokes about like cutting the baby out and shit, she just gets up and walks out of the room straight to her dragon.
There's no way she could have got up and moved that fast without them stopping her if he really wanted to, is my point. So it was just like he was like, no, we're not doing that. So
we had a tweet here that said Lena chose to die with her child on her own. Was heartbreaking, but was her choice and a powerful one. While that doctor was talking only about the child, Damon was concerned for Lena first. The difference from his brother, my brave girl indeed.
Yeah. It was very different.
The hair made me think of Storm, and the whole time I wanted her dragon to breathe lightning instead of fire. But also, so if this was 2022 America, would they arrest the dragon then?
Depends on what state you're in.
Fair enough.
Dragon was so sad.
Yeah, because at first you could tell that dragon didn't want to do it. He was just like, what? No. Like, I'm not about to burn you. No.
He was like, what do you mean?
So after all that, Harwin is saying goodbye to everybody because he's going back to Heron Hall. So he's saying bye to all the kids. He's just like, yo, I'll try to be in touch and all that kind of shit. And he walks out, he leaves. And afterwards, Jace, because he'd been paying attention, he just asked his mama, like, is that my daddy? And she was like, you're a Targaryen and blah, 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 blah. Doesn't answer the question because she don't want to lie to the kid.
Well, that's all that matters. All that matters is you're a Targaryen.
It's true.
She didn't say no. And Daddy went out for a pack of smokes and he ain't never coming back.
Basically.
Literally.
But yeah, and Ray comes to her husband and he's just like, yo,
let's go.
We going to Dragonstone. Let's get the fuck up out of here. Like, I'm done with this shit. He was like, I thought you didn't want to go nowhere. She was like, well, why sailor leaves when the storm is coming? So let's get the fuck up out of here.
And bring your boy with you. It's Carl with the Q. Coral. Bring Coral with you.
Coral.
Which is dope of her. It's like, just because I lost my lover doesn't mean you got to lose yours. You can bring him with. We need more swords.
It's not Carlo.
You need to put his sword in your sheath,
I'm pretty sure it was Coral. Carl. With a Q.
Yeah, I think it was Carl with a Q. But yeah, we talked about this. Harwin and Lionel, they're killed in that fire at Harrenhal because Randall, sent people after him. So
tongueless murderers who set the Harrenhal on fire and ended up killing the Hand of the King and his child. And the Hand of the King had to wake up and listen to his child die on the other side of the door, burning to death before
And
he
then
also
he
was
died.
asphyxiated.
Exactly. And then Allison, like, all messed up, but like, I didn't want you to do that. Blah, 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 blah. Well, this is what you get when you fuck with people like him.
Yeah, she definitely. Someone had tweeted. Where is it? I keep going back and forth. Oh, it was. I love seeing Allison get frustrated because she's not getting what she really wants. Try again next week, bitch.
It is one of those things you just keep trying, like, and throws a fit whenever she don't get what she wants.
Or Aegon watching his mom lose her shit when all he wanted to do was bust a nut in the comfort of his chambers.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm telling you, like,
It was not in the comfort of his chambers.
that was in his chamber. The window was part of his
out
chamber.
of his chamber and was standing on the balcony jacking off for the world to see.
The balcony is part of his chamber.
You tell that to the cops if they come catch you jacking off on a balcony.
If I'm the prince, the cops can kiss my entire royal ass. Like, it's out already. Like,
but to the end, so now he's this Harwin dude, the cripple Harwin. So bad.
He's got you saying that now. Yeah.
First off, it's Cripple Strong, not Cripple Harwin.
Yeah, Harwin's dead.
Cripple Strong.
Cripple Strong.
Twitter was not happy about watching Harwin and Lena die in this episode.
And Lionel. It was just like,
Lena,
he was the good one. No, I'm saying it's like Lena and Lionel. Like, Lionel died too. Lionel Strong.
Right, yes. Oh, so I like these characters. 20 minutes later, character dies. It's giving the I don't remember what season it was, but the season where Tyrion had to fight for his life and Sea Serpent decided to fight for him and got real cocky against the mountain.
You mean the Viper, not the Sea Serpent?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
From Dorne and Martell, who they've been.
Yes.
The family.
I can't remember his name.
Yep. Something Martell. Fuck. Because he had those 3 hot daughters who were all bastards.
The Red Viper, season 5. Thank you.
Yeah. It was his full name though. It was something Martell, but yeah, he was that dude. But soon to be Joel from The Last of Us. What was I gonna say?
2 births, 4 funerals.
No, I wasn't gonna say that, but that's true. I don't know. That'll be it, I guess. That's what happened on episode 6 of House of the Dragon. Oberyn. Thank you very much, Oberyn Martell.
Yes. Thank you, Bakley.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, that was episode 6. Mara, we didn't hear your hot D moment of the week. What was it?
I don't want to come off as the wrong way as I was rooting for it, but I get like Lena taking herself.
Yeah, I feel you. A strong moment for her. It was hot, so there was dragon fire involved. Don't get much hotter than that.
I love the contrast of me and Travis being like spoiled kid jacking off in a window and Mara being like strong woman dying for her beliefs.
Yep.
Yeah. The dichotomy there is actually kind of beautiful if you really think about it. Yeah. It just shows the range of this show. It's just
Lets them
Like-
know what they've gotten themselves into.
Like John will tell you before he saw the episode, like I told him that moment with Homelander jerking off on top of a building screaming, I can do whatever I want was the greatest moment in television history. So it was just, that was the way I saw it. So I'm all for, being able to beat off wherever you want.
I don't know. Herogasm was pretty great for me.
Of course.
Well, yeah, Herogasm happened after that, though. It had, I was saying up
Fair
until
enough.
that point.
Because dude fucking an octopus and getting caught is going to be hard to beat.
This is true. This is true.
There's no coming back from that.
I mean, love is love. But yeah. All right, let's rate this. What do y'all give this out of 5 dragons? Matt, you first.
Not my favorite episode. I'm going to go 2 dragons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
What
also
about you,
say
Mar?
2.
You say 2?
Yeah.
See, I'm not as low on it as y'all. Like I said, it was my least favorite, but I'm gonna still give it 3. It was, it's still a pretty good episode. Like it's like one of those things where like a not as good episode of this is better than a lot of good episodes of most other shows. So it's just like I'm not gonna, knock them too much. It just wasn't my favorite one, but I'll give it a 3. So that. Hold on, let me do
I would
some
have
math
gotten
in
a
here.
3 if I would have gotten some more of Harwin and Rhaenyra.
It would have gotten to 3 if I had gotten any context about anything that happened in the last fucking 10 years.
I might have bumped it up to a 4 if Allison had let her son finish.
I was going to say it would have been 5 dragons if he had finished. And we saw where it landed.
Oh,
Like, do you think that semen
I have a
falling
tweet
from
for
that
that, but I
high
don't
would
know if
kill
I can
somebody if
show
it hit
it.
them?
So 2.3 stars for this week's episode. You said what, Mar?
I said I had a tweet for that, but I don't know if I can show it.
Why? What's in the tweet?
Graphic material.
Is there
describe
genitalia?
it.
I'm about to say, is there genitalia?
What comes out of genitalia?
But we don't see the actual genitalia.
No.
Then it should be fine.
Oh, okay. So we want to know what happens if
And
they
if
got
not, I
finishing.
mean, I already got one video age restricted this week. What's another one?
We're usually good on the lives, but go ahead. At least right now we are.
1 second.
Yes, Amani.
The common people below Aegon's window.
See, if you are not watching the video version of this, this is why you need to watch the video version.
Oh man,
because
and watch us
you-
live.
You need to see this. Yes, 100%.
Oh man. Okay. That was fun.
I'm happy I was able to actually provide that to the show.
Yes.
As am I.
Bet. So yeah, that'll be it for this week's episode of #TheMDragons. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at It's Creation World, ITSCREATIA World. Also, Facebook at facebook.com/Creation World. Also, there's a group for this particular show. I completely forgot about it. But yeah, we probably should change it because it still says #TheMThrones, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we can
You
change
can
it.
find it
Facebook.
starting there.
Yeah. Facebook.com/group/TheMThrones, I think.
For now, them dragons shortly.
Yeah, we'll change that. But also, yeah, YouTube, Twitch. If you're not watching us, watch us there. You can watch us live there. So do that. Twitch.tv/Creation World, YouTube.com/Creation World. Yeah, Linktree, blah, 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 Creation World. And then also go to creationworld.com as we had up there earlier. I just skipped by it. Also, Patreon. Get the good extra stuff. where Matt and myself were talking old WCW. We also got Mara and myself talking some multiverse of superhero animated stuff. We next one we got coming up will be Justice League Dark. Um, Matt and myself, I believe the next one we have coming up is Spring Stampede 97.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. Schedule that out.
Yeah. But I think that's the next one. You can follow me on both Twitter and Instagram at Lord_Cussalott. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Mara, where can they find you?
On Instagram and Twitter at Mara the Shark, MARADASHARK. And
Cool.
we are officially Them Dragons on Facebook.
Okay, cool. That's been fixed. Okay, so facebook.com/group/them dragons. Also, Mara and I are back with our comic book show talk every week. We are now Creation Comics, formerly Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. We're talking all comic book shows now, not just the Arrowverse on the CW because the Arrowverse is dead. But Matt, where can they find you?
On Twitter only at Matt Ritter. There's MATTRIDDER. Also Smacking a Raw on Twitter. And we are live on both Twitch and YouTube right here to talk the week in wrestling every Friday at about 11:15 p.m. CST, 12:15 a.m. EST for all you East Coasters. Come check us out there and keep your eyes open because Terabytes will be showing up very, very soon.
Also, we have gaming stuff that we stream as well. Sometimes Kobe streams, sometimes I stream. Sometimes we're both streaming. We do stuff. So if you enjoy gaming, watch us there. Two of us were streaming Multiverses a couple days ago. Went great. We was whooping everybody ass. Like we won 6 matches straight because we just dope like that.
Did you ever get that audio fixed?
I'm working on it. It was a weird thing. I don't know. It's because I'm remote playing it on my PC, so I can use StreamYard, and the way the audio is working through it, I just gotta fix some things. And yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's it. Anything else, y'all?
Nope.
I think that's it.
All right.
For me.
Well, then that'll be it for this week's episode of #Them Dragons. We'll see y'all next week. Until then, we out.
Bye.